Back, True Seeker. Big story in the sports world. January 6th, 2018. Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors scored 45 points in just 29 minutes. Remember, this is the man with the Pi Day birthday. Steph Curry, he's born March 14th. Pi Day, the celebration began in 1988, the same year he was born. Pi, this symbol used to represent it, 3.14, what you learned about in geometry class for how to find measurements of a circle. As I've explained many times before, and I talk about a lot in my book that will release later this month, the Warriors, Steph Curry, they get so many tributes to pi and geometry and sacred geometry. And here's yet another shining example. I'm going to show you why Steph Curry really scored 45 points in 29 minutes. And we'll also talk about the Warriors winning with 121, score that I always say they win with. You know, something I've talked about 100 times now. Just earlier this week brought it up. But notice, 45 points. The word geometry sums to 45 in gematria. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. It's considered geometry in language. All of the world of professional sports is scripted with this code. Steph Curry, because of his Pi Day birthday, and because he plays for the Golden State Warriors, which have the same gematria as geometry, gets a lot of these tributes. 45 points in 29 minutes. Remember, pi equals 29. I predicted on Steph Curry's 29th birthday he would score 29, and he did. That game was against Philadelphia. The Warriors originally from Philadelphia. Come down and show you this box score here. Steph Curry on his 29th birthday, 29 points. That was a prediction that came true, one of many. He had this game yesterday, January 6th, scoring 45 in 29 minutes. January 6th can be written 1/6, pi equals 16. Part of the reason I said the Warriors would win the championship last year to conclude the 16-17 NBA season. Their entire season was centered around pi and sacred geometry, as we'll touch back on. So they won with 121 points, and remember, Warriors equals 121. The square root of 121 is 11. Pi also has the connection to 11 in gematria. But here's the best part. His performance came January 6th, a span of 68 days from his March 14th birthday. Notice mathematics equals 68, so does basketball. And most important of all is sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is so important to the world of professional sports. Sacred geometry is what all of this is based in. Before there were letters and numbers, there was sacred geometry, there was shapes. All of these things are so important to this study. Everything about the National Football League is based in sacred geometry. The shape of the football is the vesica piscis, which is the most important shape in sacred geometry. Vesica piscis equals 53. There's 53 men on an NFL roster. Geometry, let me show you this real quick. The word geometry also has gematria of 108. They make 108 game balls for the Super Bowl every year. 108, and not arbitrarily. Notice geometry equals 108 with the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Same with the reverse alphabetic order, where Z is 1, counting backwards up to A is 26. 108 both ways. Again, special number. They say the diameter of the sun is 108 Earths. 108 Earths makes up the diameter of the sun. They say from the sun to Earth is 108 suns. Just like they say from the Earth to the moon is 108 moons. When the Warriors beat the Cavs in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, the first year they met, which I predicted would be the championship from the start of the season, the first game was won with 108 points by the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors have the gematria of 108. And I still remember to this day, that game went to overtime, and it went to overtime 98-98. National Basketball Association 98, tie game 98-98. It was exactly 98 days after the Warriors and Cavs had last played in the NBA Finals. On the 42nd day of the year, Warriors ended up winning the series 4-2. That was funny because Nate Thurmond, number 42, had his number retired with the Cavs and the Warriors. The next year when the Cavs beat the Warriors, which I guaranteed they would from the start of the season, Nate Thurmond, number 42, retired with the Warriors and Cavs, dropped dead 27 days after LeBron scored 27 in Game 7. That was the 103rd game of the season for the Cavs, the 27th prime number. It's all mathematics. So are you following on why he scored 45 in 29 minutes, 68 days before his birthday? I hope so. As a reminder, last year the Warriors went 16-1 in the playoffs. All of this is covered in the book, plus so much more. David West was a new member of the team, and for joining the team, he got a brand new tattoo last year of the golden mean. This is called Phi right here, the golden ratio. The golden ratio is 1.61. The Warriors went 16-1 in the playoffs with David West with this tattoo. This is sacred geometry right here. This is a sacred geometry, important to the Fibonacci sequence and so much more. But this is what's going on. Golden ratio 57, NBA Finals 57, golden 57. You see? Phi is the golden ratio, what comes out of this, 1.61. They won the NBA Finals and the playoffs going 16-1. Understand? Also, what I documented last year. Durant came over to the Warriors on July 4th. Remember that? 2016? July 4th, joined the team. On Mother's Day, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry combined for 74 points. And that was exactly 314 days after Kevin Durant joined the team. It was their season high combined. It was on Mother's Day with Sonia, Steph Curry's mother, in attendance. I pointed out then the Warriors hadn't won a championship in Oakland since 74. Then they did it last year with Kevin and this pi ratio. 314 days later, 3.14. You see how this goes? Everything is scripted from the final score to the box score. The Warriors won with 113 points in that game. Remember how many times the NBA Finals had 113 points in it? Kevin Durant joined the Warriors 113 days from Steph Curry's birthday. You see how this goes? Every game scripted. Undeniably. Undeniably. Talking about the same things again and again. Year after year. In the book, I teach to watch for the Warriors and Steph Curry and these tributes to pi and geometry and sacred geometry. And boom. You know, the book should already be out. It's going to be out soon. But if you had that book, you could have already read that chapter and been like, here it is again. Man, I guess he's right. I guess this book is the absolute truth. And it is. Every single word of my book is absolutely true. And when that book comes out, it's only going to get truer and truer and truer every single day after. Because this stuff's way too redundant. Just like how I've talked about the Warriors in 121 1,000 times. And then they do it again. You know? Pay attention. Pay attention. The trolls who like to get on my sports work when I'm wrong, which is once in every blue moon, they all come out of the woodwork. I guess this geometry is just a bunch of bullshit then if you're wrong, huh? You know, they're silent for like months at a time. Silence, nothing to speak on, everything getting backed up further and further. Then all the trolls come out of the woodwork to say, oh, geometry is bullshit anytime a prediction's not right. These people are fucking retarded. This work's undeniable. It's been undeniable since 2013. Anyone who denies this is a fucking retard. Friend or family, you have anybody who denies this work, just 86 them from your life. You don't need to be talking to fucking retards. You got to be brain dead, fucking retarded to not understand how these games are scripted by this code. It is just way undeniable. Until next time. Core, almost forgot something important. The date of this game where he scored 45, also a date with numerology of 45. 1 plus 6 plus 20 plus 18, 45. The date is always crucial with the script. The date could also be expressed 1 plus 6 plus 18, which equals 25. Another number connected to pi. So this was the ultimate pi tribute to geometry. Again, always start with the date decode, which was my mistake in this video, but we're getting it in. And then follow how that was scripted from there. Measured to the player's birthday. It's always the same. All sports. This is how it's scripted undeniably. Till next time.